Hi, it's Danny here from Off the Tracks. Now, if you want to win yourself a brand new Xbox Series X or even better, a PlayStation 5, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. It's that simple. All you have to do is hit that red button which says subscribe. So when the channel has hit 1,000 subscribers, we are going to pick a random name from the list and then you will win one of these prizes. So subscribe. That's all we're asking. Just subscribe. Anyway, happy riding. Hello and welcome to Off the Tracks Front Row. This is where we interview YouTube creators and also theme park enthusiasts. And today's a very special day because we have the one, the only Joe from Theme Park Insanity. Joe, hello.
Hi man, how you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Just before we hit live, I was like saying, I'm knackered, I'm cold and everything. This weather is awful. It needs to go, mate. It needs to go.
It really is. It's absolutely horrendous. It was bucketing it down yesterday. So I planned to go to a fun fair and obviously that never went ahead. So hopefully Thursday's the day. Fingers crossed. Fun
fairs.
Yeah, something a little bit different, isn't it? Not my usual sort of thing, but yeah. Thought I'd try something new. So.
Well, pretty much in this episode, ladies and gentlemen, that we are going to be diving into Joe's life, like pretty much like This Is Your Life without the red book. If people remember that back in the days.
Certainly that's a throwback, is that?
No, but it shows our age, Joe. It shows our age.
It really does, doesn't it?
So pretty much I'm going to literally start from the beginning. Like, Joe, have you always been like, you know, into theme parks, or is it just one of these things what's happened in the, you know, a few years, would you say?
Yeah, so I mean, I have always been into sort of roller coasters, rides, theme parks, all that sort of thing. Growing up, we didn't really kind of get to do it quite as much as I probably would have liked to have done, but we did still have Lightwater Valley and Flamingo Land really close. So those were kind of my two sort of go-to parks with family. We had like an annual trip, you know, as a family to Lightwater Valley. So we got on the Ultimate and everything else that used to be there. And my love sort of grew from there, really. I did also go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach with my grandparents as well, quite a fair bit. And over sort of the years, especially, you know, after the big one opened and everything else, it just kind of developed into this complete obsession. I was always looking for the bigger, you know, sort of better and faster rides. And yeah, it's just sort of gone from there, really. And obviously, you know, I've sort of done it all as I've kind of grown up, and then a couple of years ago obviously decided to do what I do now. So
yeah, and I need to say that, like, because you didn't start off like normal theme park enthusiasts where we all jump onto YouTube, or, you know, you kind of went straight into blogging. Now, you know, blogging's a bit like vlogging, but obviously in page form. So what made you kind of decide, like, you know what, I'm going to stay away from YouTube at the moment and just concentrate on my blogging? Is it one of these things that you've always wanted to do, would you say?
To be honest with you, actually, the thing is, I've always enjoyed creative writing. It's something I've done from being a child, you know, sort of right up to kind of now. And as much as I've sort of tried to do the more sort of fantasy style, sort of novel style stuff, I've always more enjoyed kind of actually writing about factual stuff and almost writing in like a journalism style. Now, it's not something I always sort of got to do as kind of work, and it's something I've wanted to do as work. But this kind of gave me the opportunity to both sort of express my passion for the industry and also sort of do that as well. Now, we set up as a Facebook page in July of 2019, and it's just basically grown from there. And it literally started out just myself, obviously doing what I do now, writing my articles, doing posts, doing all that sort of thing. And now, obviously, you know, we've expanded to where we are now, and it's been a real sort of journey. But in terms of the video side of things, I'm not fantastic with video editing. I'm really not. I'm still learning right now.
Same here, Joe. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I always try my best, so, you know, hopefully it looks all right.
Yeah, well, you know, it's fantastic, your work, what you do, and the amount of detail and the amount of people that you have on as well. Like, I know that you do this kind of thing, but in obviously blog kind of form. And it's one of them things where I wish I did, and I wish that I learnt more about theme parks, because you seem to know a hell of a lot, you know, and you are like a walking encyclopedia of theme parks, and I love that about you. You're so passionate about even when something's new, like with this whole like Flamingo Land thing, with this whole new coaster coming around, you know, you're updating us, and it's wonderful, and thank you for that, Joe. I'm going to be honest.
More than welcome. I mean, when I started doing that, you know, there wasn't really kind of anyone sort of doing that periodically through the week sort of thing. And we initially started out doing weekly updates. I work with, Raymond of Flamingo Land Crazy, and we're kind of getting photos, doing the written side of it as kind of sort of details and keeping everybody up to date with it. And as it's kind of gone from there, we've obviously done a lot more of that style of thing as well, but with different rides. But in terms of knowing everything, I literally half of it comes off the internet, if I'm honest. But I digest information, basically. I'm like a walking,
Encyclopedia. That's what I'm saying.
Encyclopedia. There we go. Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, from Facebook, and I can't believe it's only a baby then, your whole side of it all. I thought you've been doing it for quite a while. So only 2019. Wow.
2019, yeah, not even 2 years yet. And we literally just bypassed 3,000 followers on Facebook as well, which is absolutely insane.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations so much, man. On that.
The world.
I have to say though, what has been like your favorite piece that you have like told people where everyone's gone nuts about?
There's been a lot of sort of different ones that we've written. The one at the moment, which seems to really be gathering quite a bit of momentum, is my article about Intamin and sort of why all the fuss kind of surrounding them, and obviously what they're doing as a company, the direction they're moving forward in. And I'm actually on LinkedIn as well, which, is a bit more of a professional platform to sort of sharing this sort of thing. And Intamin themselves have actually picked this up, and everybody is absolutely loving it. They're sharing it. It's actually on their official Intamin LinkedIn as well. So from that standpoint, I think that one seems to be the most successful one I've done so far.
You've made it, Joe. You've made it. Wow.
I actually have.
That is incredible.
I'm truly humbled. This is the thing, I never take anything like this, for granted. I literally treat everybody exactly how I would want to be treated myself. And I'm just me, this is literally me. I don't try to be anybody else. I'm literally just myself. So,
and I think you have to. There's no way that you can continue on a journey like this. Now that your face is now in the public now, because you do YouTube and stuff, that you can put on this persona for such a long time. It doesn't work, and people can see straight through it, kind of thing. But a massive big up to you, Joe, mate, because that is a huge achievement. But now you seem to like with your page and your blogging. What made you decide to go? Do you know what? I'm going to go to YouTube.
It's something that I always kind of sort of toyed with a little bit. And I did do it initially back in 2019. I had a bit of a channel back then, and I did a few videos, but they never really kind of had the look and had the style that I wanted to kind of go for. And back then I also didn't really have the know-how either. So as where everything I do now is more edited, it looks a bit more I'd say a little bit more, kind of professional.
Yeah.
Back then everything was just kind of one shot sort of things. You had your intro, then or card or whatever. You had me do whatever I was doing, and then it literally went to like an end card.
Yeah.
And obviously now I've sort of learned a little bit more about video editing and inputting audio and stuff. I kind of felt like, January this year was more of the right time to sort of start doing that again. And I've really enjoyed doing it so far. We've literally just, I think, under 250 subscribers now, which is incredible again as well. It really is. So I'm basically, I can't wait to see what the future holds for this.
Because moving away, I'd say not from your own YouTube, but you've got another partnership. I'm believing thinking because you obviously everyone's not always into theme parks, right? There's other other things out there what people are interested in. So are you a massive comic Marvel kind of guy then?
So I am. So basically, I'm a gigantic geek. I love everything superhero.
Who isn't?
I'm not even sugarcoating it. I actually am. I'm a massive geek. I love superheroes. I love horror. I love fantasy. I love anything like that. And I've always liked collecting stuff as well. Now, I collected Funko Pops, did that for quite a fair while. I've kind of fallen a little bit out of love with them now, but I do collect Marvel statues, general collectibles, as you've seen on some of the past images I've shared. I've got like full-size replicas of like the Infinity Gauntlet and things like that. And me and Luke kind of share that passion. It's something that we're both very passionate for, and it's something we kind of sort of realized when we first met, which was back in early 2020, I believe. So we've been doing what we've been doing, and I've worked a lot with Luke and CoasterDan, obviously, moving forward through the last year and a half, and we've got a very strong partnership. And we kind of decided, because we both have this mutual interest and this mutual love for collectibles, that we set up this second channel. And it's something we really enjoyed doing so far. It's something that we're continually making new content for. Luke's just actually done a brand new Star Wars video, and I think that's dropped today, which is obviously May the 4th, so Star Wars Day. And yeah, we've got a lot of plans for the channel. So we're going to be doing sort of vlogging in stores and stuff like that. I'm kind of in talks with certain stores in Leeds. I'm not going to name drop or anything like that, but there are big things coming for the channel, and it's going to be really exciting. So yeah.
Well, to be fair, I've started a new channel called Stream Tech, and you want my honest opinion, it's kind of, not to sound really bad because I've got supporters on there, but it's like getting the time. Having one channel is hard, or one thing that you like, you know, and then you've got other things around it, and it's just so like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. So fair play to you. Like, you've got obviously Theme Park Insanity with your blogging, you've obviously got your YouTube channel, and also you've got this whole this, is it Adventure? Is it not? Is it
Adventure Collect?
Adventure Collect, yeah. So massive big up, dude. I'm stressing now for you, mate. Jesus, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let's talk theme parks.
Absolutely.
Right. Obviously, COVID has completely destroyed us all, right? And it's kind of, we've not been out much at all. So, have you been to many theme parks? Like, in the, you know, literally as COVID's lifted slightly, should I say, the restrictions. Have you been to any parks this year?
So, I've been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach twice now. I've got season pass for this year, so I'll be doing that quite a fair bit.
Cool.
I've also been down to Alton Towers about 2 weeks ago, and I'm going down again, or 3 weeks ago actually, and I'm going to go down again this Sunday. But in terms of any other parts, that's kind of the only parts I've had a chance to do, because I have the commitments of being a full-time dad as well.
Yeah.
And obviously a homemaker and stuff like that. So coupling all of that with, you know, sort of running TPI, because I do all of that as well. It's just trying to find the time to actually be able to physically get out there and actually visit the parks for me. But I've got a lot of plans moving forward. We're hitting Fort Park on the 22nd and 23rd of May. We're going to be doing Polton's in, I think, June or July, obviously with Chessington and everything else. And we have got trips planned. So it's just making sure that we can kind of fit those in and around everyday commitments. Yeah. That's always a challenge, I find. So
yeah, one father to another father. Absolutely. It's very difficult as well to juggle a lot of stuff. So did you go to Thorpe Park for the first time then last year? Was it the
I did, yeah.
And how was that then for you?
It was literally, I mean, I've been to a lot of parks for the first time over the years, and I've absolutely loved them, but Thorpe Park was one that I've wanted to get to for 14 years or 15 years thereabouts.
14 years?
The reason I never did it is I suffer majorly badly with anxiety and sort of travel anxiety and stuff like that. So it always felt like it was just like a little bit out of reach for me.
Yeah.
And it was because of sort of Luke giving me that confidence and giving me that boost that I was actually finally able to get in my car and go there.
Wow.
And it's one of the best days or best 2 days I've had on park anywhere. It really is. The rides are incredible. The atmosphere was absolutely insane. The weather was beautiful those days as well, as you will see from the vlog. And we just had an amazing time. We really did. I can't wait to get back this year. I'm so psyched. And the fact that we'll get to hit Darren Brown's Ghost Train and Walking Dead the ride and stuff, because of course all those.
Oh yeah, because you wouldn't have done it.
We didn't get a chance. No. So all of those are going to be the first time. I'm really excited. I just can't wait. I really can't.
It's something about Thorpe Park. We always say this, like the OTT gang. We always like say we always seem to drift towards like, you know, Thorpe Park. And there's nothing wrong with Alton Towers. It's just far too big, far too spacious. And I think it's because we've been there so many times. It's kind of been that repetitive. So, but with Thorpe Park, you try and get there for about 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
See, with Alton Towers, I used to go about 15 to 16 times a year. So it's kind of like, yeah, let's do Thorpe Park. But yeah, like you said, the rides are absolutely incredible. They really are. And I'm so excited for you to go on to Darren Brown. Now, it does get a lot of hate. I personally love it. I don't understand why. I love my VR and I love horror. So it's one of them. And I love Darren Brown. So them 3 things together, I'm happy regardless.
And I'm exactly the same.
So I just can't wait to see your reaction when you actually go onto the Ghost Train. You need to. When are you going? When are you going on there?
22nd and 23rd of May. So we'll be doing it on the first day.
22nd?
22nd, yeah. You down there as well?
I'm there as well.
Oh, wicked, man. We've got to meet up. We've definitely got to meet up.
Oh absolutely. My gosh! Absolutely, man.
Nice.
100%. Wow, that's awesome. That's brilliant.
Wicked. I'll see you then.
So, like, have you been to any European parks?
So obviously I did Disneyland Paris when I was back in year 10 at school, which is way, way back. And I've also been to Europa Park back in 2002 as well. So those are the only sort of 2 European parks I've had the chance to do. And again, that was a long time ago. Excuse me. So over the next couple of years, I've got like a whole list of parks in Europe as long as my arm to kind of get to. Fantasyland and Energylandia are literally right up there as 2 of the parks I want to get to first. They really are.
Joe, are you jealous that I've been to all of them?
Massively.
Absolutely.
I'm so envious, man.
The European parks, for some, they know what people want. Let's be honest. And I think it does help the fact of it's not on our doorstep. You do have to go somewhere. So you always get that holiday buzz anyway. So it's already scaled up there when you visit these parks. So you've never been. But yeah, they're amazing. You're going to love it. Portaventura is absolutely incredible. I'm sure that Luke has said so many times because he's been to Portaventura.
He's proper bit. And to be fair, actually, the rides they have there, I mean, they've got Shambhala, Dragon Khan. Obviously they've got, was it Red Force, I think it's called?
Oh, yeah, Ferrari Land, yeah.
Ferrari Land, yeah. I mean, all of those alone are worth going for. But then you've got like Furious Baco and everything. Again, that's another part that is literally right up there. So, yeah.
don't get too excited for Furious Baco.
It looks good fun. I've heard a lot of hate and a lot of love for it, so I'm kind of like, it's a double-edged one, but
it's all right. I just came off going like, Kelly, paracetamol and some water, please. Cheers, love.
What we just done.
Wow, it really was. It was actually insane. But yeah, you mentioned Europa Park. Now that's my number 1 park. Absolutely love it to pieces, mate. Obviously, you went quite a long time ago, so I'm assuming that Wodan and
Blue Fire
wasn't there.
They weren't. It was actually on Silver Star's opening year that we went.
Wow.
It was part of German exchange. So I did the school exchange twice. And it was the second time we went that we actually went to Europa Park. And from what I can remember of it, it was incredible. The theme and the immersiveness of it, the range of rides they had back then was incredible. So obviously now that they've got like Woden and everything else that they do have, it's, I've got to get back there as soon as possible. I really do.
Yeah. So if you had to choose, Joe, one European park to choose for this year, which one would it be?
I think, to be honest with you, actually, it'd be Phantasialand because I'm dying to get on Taron. I'm dying to get on Fly. And also, I want to get on, is it called Black Mamba as well?
Yes, Black Mamba, yeah.
Black Mamba, yeah. Because, I mean, obviously, that's the closest you kind of get to a comparison of Nemesis, which is like one of my top rides. So, I mean, I'm dying to get there. And I think if I had to do, it's probably the most easy to get to, realistically, as well, I'd say. So, yeah.
I'd say hand on heart though, Joe. So it's okay to get to, but the easiest I would say is Energylandia.
To be fair, actually, yeah, and I do live about sort of 10 or 15 minutes away from Leeds Bradford Airport, so actually, I could jump on a flight quite easily when it does start back up and get there.
I'm surprised that you've not mentioned Energyland because recently, I think it's the past year or two, Energylandia has been quite, it's like the European version of Cedar Point. It's like sandbox mode. We don't care. We've got infinity money. We are just going to build. And in fact, they've just started a new area and they've not even finished the area what they've been doing. It's like what is it? What's going on? It's crazy.
Sweet Valley, I believe, isn't it?
Yes, that's yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, Joe. I'm just agreeing because you seem to.
I thought it's the one that's got the Vekoma mine train in it. It's literally right next door to where Aqualantis is and that sort of area.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Aqualantis looks. Oh man, it looks that it really does.
Well, it should have been open when we went last year, and we were gutted because obviously COVID kicked in and everything just went back a bit. So it was a shame, but by gosh, there is so many rides. It's ridiculous. It really is. And
really is.
I can't wait for you to, get on your first RMC.
I'd say that's going to be next year without a shadow of a doubt.
Do you think
I don't think it's going to be this year because, I mean, I've also got kind of the issue of like the money side of things, which I'm working to resolve, but, sort of that. And I think next year will probably be the most practical time for me to go. But also by the time I do go there, then hopefully we'll have, obviously the mine train will be open and Aqualantis will kind of sort of had its hype and everything kind of passed by. So yeah, good time to go, I reckon.
It's only recently that I've just found out as well that the park isn't that old. Isn't it like 2010?
2013 they opened up, so they've been going 8 years this year. And when you look at what they've done in 8 years, I tell you something, our industry could learn a lot from them. They really could.
It's because it's not done by a corporation, though, is it? It's done by the government and the people, the residents around the area. So it works. And it's not just. I know you're not a football fan, but that works with football as well. Like in Germany or whatever, there's no corporations. It's the fans that own the stadium. So like Bayern Munich is the fans. So it works. So maybe we need to learn from these.
I think, didn't Merlin sort of used to be sort of shareholder kind of controlled at one point though? Because I know it's kind of gone back to being like a private family thing now with like the Lego family, I believe.
Do you know what? I did hear something. Whether it was you know more than I do, Joe. I'm not gonna lie to you. You really do.
I'm just hazarding a guess because it's something just kind of like rings a bell at the back of my mind.
I need to ask. Obviously, have you been to any international parks like Florida or anything like that?
Sadly, not. Unfortunately, no. It's always something I was told as a child that my parents would do for us, and unfortunately, it never happened. But I'm determined now more than ever to get out there. When you look at what Velocicoaster has going for it and everything else there. It's on my radar. Trust me, it will be in the next couple of years at the very latest.
We need to talk about it, Joe. Velocicoaster, right? Obviously, it's been all over the past 24 hours on YouTube. What are your thoughts?
Man, that thing looks absolutely incredible. The speed of it, the immersiveness of it, the way it takes those elements. I mean, there's a few good sort of high quality POVs out there now. Not official ones, of course, but what I have seen, because I think we shared one, it does look incredibly good. And in terms of sort of a comparison to obviously what it has on the other side of the lake with the Incredible Hulk, I feel like those are two really good rides to kind of have on the park's horizon, you know, as you kind of sort of walk in and see a really good first impression.
Absolutely. I do think that area is going to be absolutely heaving. When we weren't there anyway, because obviously you got the Hagrid's motorcycle adventure, whatever the ridiculous long name it is. It's
not a simple one, is it?
That was being built when we was in Florida and stuff, and already that area was busy. Now with this Velocicoaster being there as well, oh my gosh, it's going to be absolutely heaving. It is. So everyone head towards Hulk. That's what you need to do, because it'll be dead down that end.
Yeah, everybody will be down there, so you go over there.
But hopefully, fingers crossed. You know that you can get yourself down there and stuff. Although I was wondering, like, how did they film these POVs? Did they give them glasses then? Because everyone seems to have all the POVs.
I do wonder, to be honest, because I was trying to figure out when they were doing it exactly what they were using, and when the hands sort of seemed to be like down here somewhere. So I wondered if they were either, you know, like you say, wearing glasses, or whether maybe they had like a chest harness on. But I don't know. I thought you weren't, you know, allowed to sort of take stuff like that on the rides. So.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. You got to go through a Met Detective, so obviously you can't take your own GoPro or anything like that. And it was more high, you know. So I'm assuming that they were wearing glasses.
Yeah, because they're kind of looking down, aren't they? And you can see that train sort of down there. So,
and wherever they were turning. The visual, so that's what you would do if you had glasses. So, and
actually, it would have been at that level. So, yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
So, I don't know if they were providing them. I don't know if it's like a new thing just to advertise it for, you know, the because I know it was pass holder day, wasn't it, or something like that.
It was pass holder previews. Yeah.
We should have that here. Why have we not got that here?
Yeah, we really should. Can you imagine?
Man, I tell you. Joe, I have to ask. Lee usually asks, or Chris does, or whoever is on here, Rob. We always ask our guests, 13, yes or no?
I'm afraid it's a no for me.
You don't like it?
I can understand the appeal of it, and I can understand what it's got going for it, but as an overall package, it just doesn't quite do it for me. I feel like they could replace it with something a lot better. So, yeah.
There you go, guys. You heard it first here. Joe from Theme Park Insanity.
Just my opinion.
No, mate. No. You don't have to explain. I don't know. No, don't explain it, Joe. You stick to your guns. Yeah. It's one of them things I wanted. It was advertised wrong. It's a kiddie, coaster, and I just wish it was longer and had more theming and stuff. But
yeah, it could be a lot darker as well. There's a lot more they could do with that theme, and they've just not utilised it to its full potential. Unfortunately for me,
I don't know whether to do it. Maybe it's because kids get scared. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know why they didn't make it.
To be fair, I could take my 5-year-old on there. I mean, it's like that away from actually being high enough for that now. Was it 1.18 or something? So he's like literally like 2 centimeters away. I could take him on it and he wouldn't be scared. He'd be laughing his head off.
Well, bless mate. I have to ask you, Joe, do you have any tips for people like bloggers, who want to pretty much follow in your footsteps? Because in my eyes, I think you're one of the biggest bloggers out there. And same as YouTubers. And the same as YouTubers. But obviously, YouTube, you just started with it. So I don't know if you have any tips or anything, but any information that you can give out to people that are wanting to become the next Joe.
I think, to be fair, actually, more than anything, you just need to be yourself. You need to create content that you want to see, stuff that you do kind of want to actually see yourself. And also you need to sort of put aside the criticism that you kind of get. Obviously, take the positive stuff on board and learn from it, but don't take it to heart, because there are always going to be people out there that are not going to like what you do. That's the thing. You got to accept that, basically, and just kind of sort of move past that. So as long as you do that and you're yourself, you create the content you want to see, I don't really think you can go wrong, to be honest with you, in my personal opinion. So...
yeah, it's you got to have thick skin if you're coming into this industry. Like you say, there is no you can't please everyone, right? No, and I've learned that. I've tried to be really nice, and I'm nice and polite, but you got to be that politeness of it all. You can't just turn around and say no, you're wrong, and end up in a massive debate. It doesn't work, and it's not healthy for yourself either. No, so. Absolutely, totally agree of what you're saying there.
I think the other thing as well, is basically when you've got your follower base, just treat them with the same love and decency and respect you would expect afforded to yourself. Because at the end of the day, every profile, every name, whatever, it's a human being at the end of the day, and it's always remembering that and be respectful of that. So.
And I think you're spot on, and this is why I have I know it sounds really cheese on toast and stuff, but this is why we have #OneFamily, because I believe that we're not creating a YouTube channel, we're creating a community.
Yeah.
And our support base, I never say fan base, our support base is so tight, watertight. It's incredible. We know each other, and it's great. And
your followers are incredible.
And
really
they're so loyal. They really
Absolutely.
are. And with any negativity or anything like that, Joe, we just kick them off. Off you go. We have none of that negativity. If you disagree on something, you can have your opinion, which is great and stuff. However, though, if you're not, if you want to cause an argument, excuse me, then we don't want to know. We don't want to know. And
TPI has the same, where 100% zero tolerance policy. So if anybody starts anything at all, you will be removed and you will be blocked straight away. It's as simple as that. We encourage constructive criticism and healthy debate, but anybody that is out to cause trouble will be got rid of without a second thought. And that's the way it needs to be, because it keeps everybody safe at the end of the day, and obviously keeps a positive, friendly atmosphere for all. So.
Yeah, absolutely well said, Joe. Absolutely well said. I've got to ask this though. I'm going to ask you two questions actually, Joe. What is your bucket list coaster? Now, give me three. Right, give me three of your bucket list coasters.
Right, well, you'll see as I go through these, they all have a very sort of consistent theme. Top one is Steel Vengeance. The second one is Zadra. And the third one is Twisted Colossus.
RMCs.
All RMCs. All RMCs. I mean, obviously Velocicoaster now as well, but Twisted Colossus is kind of it's the first one that sort of moved it in that direction and kind of sort of did what it did for RMC as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think if you had to choose them between Intamin and RMC, which one would you go for?
I think, to be honest, actually, with what Intamin are doing at the moment, I'd probably have to say Intamin, because they're becoming really innovative, they're becoming really creative, and the designs they're coming out with are really original as well. So
absolutely incredible. I think there's an element as well in that Velocicoaster where it's a bit like what an RMC would do. It kind of banks to the left and then quickly banks to the right. And it's like, wow, man, that's what an RMC would do.
And they've also got a lot of tip outs as well.
Yeah.
So go up over the top and it kind of sort of tips you to the left.
And this whole lap bar bit, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah.
What is your bucket list theme parks then would you visit then? If you had to visit three, what would they be?
Cedar Point, Universal Studios Orlando, and Disney Florida.
Cool, man. Cool. I'm not too keen on Disneyland Orlando. I think I know why you want to go there, because of riding the Rise of the Resistance or the Star Wars stuff.
To be honest, actually, funny enough, it's actually more for Haunted Mansion, because as everybody knows, I'm a massive horror fan, and that's always one ride I always really wanted to get on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd go for that alone, but obviously, you've got Rise of the Resistance and everything else now, which just adds that extra dynamic to it. So, yeah.
Mate. Oh, I can't wait to see your face, mate. I hope you vlog it.
I can't wait to go. That's the thing. I don't kind of really want to do vlogging. I'm happy to.
You're not doing it?
No, I mean, I'm happy to appear in other people's vlogs, and I'll do that. But myself, it's not really something I kind of want to do. I'm happy sort of writing about my experiences. I think that's kind of sort of why I do the blogging as opposed to the vlogging. So I've got no plans yet, but I mean, the future could change anything. So
yeah, absolutely. I think with vlogging as well, I don't think people realize that it does take a lot of your time. Like, and it kind of takes away from your experience of the day because you're concentrating on getting a certain shot, or I've got to wait here because I've got to watch this train go up this lift hill. And at that time, your group of people, your friends, are now moving on, and everyone just seems to be really stressed out in my eyes. And I can see where you're coming from. Write it down when you get home and you got more stuff to talk about.
I mean, that's the thing. So if you do that, it's all fresh in your memory, and you can really go to town. And if things don't kind of read right, or you want to sort of rewrite stuff, you've got the chance to do that, as opposed to obviously once you're filming it, that's on camera, and you kind of got to, I suppose, edit it that to sort of make it look that certain way. I just find it easy to kind of, say I can delete a sentence and just redo it again, and it just works a lot better for me. So
no, you're right. You know what, everyone? Don't do vlogging, do blogging. That's what I say, mate. It's all good. Joe, I have to say, any big plans for 2021?
At the moment, it's purely just domestic, really. I'm going to be hitting Chessington, Legoland, Poltons, Oakwood, and all those sort of parks. In terms of sort of plans for TPI, I've got a few things that I'm sort of working with in the pipeline for the website, something which I'm hoping I can launch in the next couple of months, which is probably going to make a big difference in terms of putting a lot of information in one place for people, and just sort of focusing more on that. But internationally, I think 2022 is going to be the year. So.
Yeah, I think I've given up on 2021. Some people are going, let's go. I want to go to Energylandia, or I want to go to Florida. I'm like, listen, they're not opening up, mate. And even if they did, I still would be a bit like, no, I'm going to wait till my second vaccination and then just kind of go there and enjoy it.
I'm kind of hoping we'll be getting that sort of fairly soon, to be honest, actually, because I think we're moving towards our age group now, aren't we? So
yeah, have you had your first?
Not as of yet. No, I'm on a 33, so no. Not yet. I'm hoping so, but soon.
I have my second soon.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you for the age. I look young. It's the oils in my skin. Yes.
I don't know what age you are, but yeah, it's.
I'm on the wrong side of 30. We're gonna leave it there, Joe. We're gonna leave it there.
Yeah. There we go.
We do have some questions through Twitter, Instagram, and stuff. What people want to really know and stuff. And to be fair, I think you've answered some of them anyway and stuff. But someone's said they want to be a blogger. So how do you start becoming a blogger? And that goes it goes by Teeny Tops 93.
No worries. Well, thank you very much for the question. I think the best thing to do is a good place to start, usually, in all fairness, is social media, because that's where you're going to get the most coverage. So the best thing to do from my personal experience is, obviously, I set up as a Facebook page. That's a really good little place to start, because you can create posts and obviously write about stuff that way, and then sort of branch out from there. Creating a website can be kind of sort of quite hard going and quite a long sort of process. So if you want quick, sharp, and to the point, social media, in particular Facebook, is a great place to start.
Right. Oh, awesome, mate.
In my personal opinion.
Yeah, no. Well, you're the expert, mate. I'll tell you now. Loopy Loop's theme says, what made you want to go to Thorpe Park?
So, as I said, it's a park I wanted to get to for about 14 or 15 years. And obviously, due to my anxiety, I wasn't able to sort of make it. But being all the way up north as well, you're always seeing big rides like Stealth and Swarm and everything like that. And they just had that draw. And then, saw the ride again, massive horror film fan. Yeah. So I always wanted to get on that as well. So, yeah, those are the rides that kind of sort of drew me towards that park.
What did you reckon to Saw?
Oh, I loved it. I really did. I know a lot of people, they say it's rough. I can understand whereabouts they're on about and obviously why, but I love the theme. I love, the way they've worked with Lionsgate to kind of bring that experience to life, the fact it's so authentic to the films, and just the fact it's so varied as well with the indoor section and the outdoor section. It's just a great package experience in my personal opinion. Well,
you're going to even be more happier, Joe, because now they've got the theme music.
Oh, nice. Even better then.
Just before you dispatch, all you hear is dun 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 dun.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, so I was like,
I can't wait for that.
Oh my gosh, they've got the music.
That's epic.
And I tell you what as well, that ride is running ridiculously smooth. I don't know what they have done to it, but we all came off going, did we just ride Did we ride Saw? What? That was really smooth. What on earth? Yeah. It's good times. Can I just ask you, not on a personal note, but kind of like with your anxiety and stuff, you know, I'm amazed by the fact of you went, you know what, I'm going to do it. And you got in your car and you drove to Thorpe Park. Now, it's not like you're going around the local shop. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Thorpe Park is a good 2.5 hour drive.
4 from me, 4 hours.
4 hours as well. Wow.
4 hours, yeah.
So how did you feel through this, you know?
I'll be honest. I mean, am I allowed to use language? Or
yeah, of course you can, mate. Yeah, this is.
I was shitting a brick basically the whole way down. I had Luke's support the whole way down. We stopped numerous times, but even to get the confidence up to do that, and I know like now I can feel it. Even the trip's coming up at the end of the month, and even though I did it before, I'm still getting slightly anxious about it now. But the thing is, I've got to realise that there is a much bigger world out there, and if I want to explore it and I want to experience it, then I kind of have to push past that and do it. And obviously, sort of having that analogy, it's kind of helped me to sort of move forward and do that. So, yeah, made a big difference.
Do you know what? Seriously, I know exactly. I know it sounds a bit like you don't know what I'm about. No, I do. When I went to Florida, I'm not used to driving automatic cars, so they obviously drive automatic out there in the States.
Yeah.
So I got in the car and I was slightly panicking because not only have I got an automatic.
Yeah,
I'm also driving on the wrong side, and they've also got their own rules. So I was kind of panicking coming out of the airport, and I wanted a sat nav. So I was like, we pulled up to the barrier where they were about to let us go, and I goes, "Where's my sat nav? I need my sat nav." And they were like, "Yeah, here you go." And they handed it to me, and then the barrier lifted, and it went. But you don't have time on the sat nav to put all. You set it all up. So and you go straight onto a high road or whatever they call it, a motorway or whatever it is they call it over there. And I genuinely was freaking out, panicking. Yeah, and now, I got a new car and I got an automatic, and now when it was pulling up for me to do a test drive, that anxious was kicking in again, going, "Oh my god, an automatic again! Here we go, here we go."
That connection when you obviously remember that.
But I think as time goes, Joe, I think it's just going to be a boom. You know what you're doing. Just get on with it. I think it's a massive thing what you've done, mate. A massive achievement to do it, mate.
Thank you very much.
Mate, go on.
I'll say it took a lot of coach to kind of do that and to sort of move past that. But I've found that I'm sort of getting more of that as sort of years go by at the moment. But I completely get that. I'd be exactly the same. I think given that situation, I'd probably have a panic attack in all honesty because it'd be too much at once. So.
Yeah. Bless you, man. I've got another question here. I've got a few actually, but we'll just I'll just knock these last two out the park. Right. It says here, Joe. It says, "What is your favourite dark ride?" By Upsy Daisy. Who's Upsy Daisy? Who are these questions?
That's an awesome name. Favorite dark ride? I mean, that's a bit of a hard one, really. I've got to say, I think Hex, if that's kind of classed as a dark ride. Just the uniqueness of it, and obviously the fact it is an experience as you kind of move forward. Hex has a lot going for it that a lot of other UK dark rides kind of don't. So, yeah, it's got to be Hex for me.
Brilliant. I do have one from Squarebox Gamer, which is my son. He's a huge fan of yours. He reads your stuff all the time.
Thank you very much.
And he does say, "What is your favourite coaster in the UK?"
My favourite coaster in the UK is the Swarm at Thorpe Park. Very simple. It's incredible. It's so smooth. It really is. The experience of it, the theming as well, because I love good theming. I love things to be heavily themed. And obviously what they did with that was pretty much what the actual original plan said it would be. So, yeah. It's got to be the Swarm. Would you take theming over, the ride concept? Like, for example, Red Force hasn't got that much theming, let's be honest. But however, though, it's an incredible, ride or whatever. So are you more of a theming person than what the ride actually looks like? Yeah, so I love good intense ride, and obviously, there are a lot of great rides out there that do that, but I like an experience at the same time. And when I'm actually going into a ride, I like to be immersed in the experience I'm having. So I always take probably a decent sort of theme as opposed to kind of an intense ride over that, really. Yeah. Oh, I totally agree, mate. Joe, I have to say, this is a question from me. I need to know, what is going to be your next blog? My next blog. So I've actually just done a piece this morning covering the press preview events for Velocicoaster. But to be honest with you, I normally come up with the actual ideas pretty much on the day that I write them. So at the moment, I've kind of got a few ideas. I'm probably going to lean towards maybe top 5 UK parks and sort of do that. I think that would probably be the next one that I'll do. So look out for that. I will do.
I will do. There you go, guys. I just need to quickly ask you though, before we go and wrap this up. You know, what's going on with Water Valley?
Don't even get me started. Seriously. Yeah, so they've obviously chosen to go down the 10 and under market now, which is quite a niche market to go down. And I feel that for their future, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to do them any sort of favours whatsoever, because of obviously they've taken away all of their thrill rides, which basically kills it for the older ones up towards sort of age 10. So they've not really got anything to kind of go and ride now. They've still got obviously the Ultimate at the moment, which is still staying on park for the time being. But in reality, with the direction they're heading, I don't really see it coming back, unfortunately. So, yeah, I can't see a good future at the moment. I'm sure they'll probably, hopefully, prove me wrong, but yeah, it's not looking good.
So. Well, when we heard the news that Ultimate's gone, now I've been lucky enough to actually ride the Ultimate.
I love the Ultimate. I really do.
Have you been on it as well?
Hundreds of times.
Jesus,
yes,
mate.
It was my first, what you could probably consider major coaster. So.
That thing just doesn't stop, man. It's like, when does this end, man? Like 6 minutes of intense, man. It's like, wow, man, crazy. But then they got rid of Raptor Attack, which is, to be fair, it is what it is. But it's still a ride, though. It's still, you know what I mean? It's still a coaster underground. It's something, you know, unique kind of thing. And also
very different.
Yeah, and they got rid of, is it Black? Oh, what's it called? The pirate ship which goes upside down.
Black Pearl.
They got rid of the Black Pearl as well.
That's gone as well. Eagle Claw is still there at the moment, but that's going. And a lot of the other sort of bigger ones as well, you know, they've all gone. So all you've got is 10 under rides now, which is a real shame. Massive shame.
It is.
Especially given the childhood memories I have of that place. So
it is. And now, considering you're with good talks with Flamingo Land, I need to say, though, what is going on with the new coaster?
So at the moment, I mean, obviously I know nothing official whatsoever. I only kind of go off the stuff that I hear from people that either have a bit of a connection to the park or obviously know people that do. At the moment, I believe it's looking like 2022 for the brand new ride. And again, that's only speculation. There's no confirmation of that. But I'm really gutted, to be honest, because I was dying to get on that this year. It looks a great ride, obviously Colossus. I really enjoyed Colossus. And obviously the fact that is, you know, probably going to be 10 times better is, so... Fingers crossed for 2022, that's all I'm going to say. And construction apparently is set to start this month. And again, that's only kind of what I've heard off park. So, yeah, hopefully everything goes ahead.
Joe, it's been an absolute pleasure. It really has, mate.
Likewise,
you are such a gentleman. You know your shit. You don't give anything. You know, I just think it's incredible what you've done, how you started off, and now what you have become. You're quite popular now in the theme park community. You know, and you've had some incredible guests. I'm still waiting for my invite.
You're more than welcome, mate.
I'm still waiting for my I'm joking.
You need to come on. Man.
I know. But do you know what? I don't like interviews. I like to give out the interviews. I don't know. It's just weird. It is.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just hit
I know. Oh, bless you, man. So. Bless you. You can get the rest of the OTT gang will go on there for you.
Yeah.
It's absolutely all good. Guys, thank you so much for watching Off the Tracks Front Row with our awesome guest, Joe from Theme Park Insanity. Before you know what, Joe, how can people contact you?
So basically we have a website, which is www.themeparkinsanity.co.uk. We're across social media, so Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And we also, as Dan said, have a YouTube channel. So you can find us at Theme Park Insanity Official. Any of those outlets, check us out. Let us know what you think.
There you go, guys. I'll leave all the links in the description below, guys. So make sure you go over there and support Joe, because he's an absolute legend and is a beast. And we love him all, mate. We love him all. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You can follow us on our social medias on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe and hit that bell icon every time we upload a new video. You will be notified. However, though, we have reached 270 subscribers in 8 weeks. In 8 weeks. Wow. You know, I know it's crazy. So we're getting there. We're getting towards the the winner of the. Well, we're nowhere near actually. We still got like 700 away.
Subscribed, so I've got everything crossed. Everything crossed.
I want the minute we like announce the PS5, then subscribers are just going to drop again. No, I don't want to be it. But yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching once again, and Joe, thank you so much for joining us here on Off the Tracks Front Row.
Loved it, really have. Thank you very much for having me on, mate. It's been a pleasure.
No worries. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one. And as always, happy riding.